him about the Matlala SEPS tender award. What about it did you say to him?
Telling him that my sources say it was not awarded in terms of the law. Probably let me use irregularly. It was not. It was irregularly awarded. There are certain things which were not done properly out of that tender till its finalization and appointment.
So as at August 2024, General Sibia knew that there were irregularities to do with the award of this tender?
He didn't know. I was telling
No,
him.
I'm saying you told him in August.
Yes.
So
yes.
as at August, he had that
Yes.
from you, that there were irregularities.
Yeah, towards the end of August, I believe. Yeah.
Thank you. And then maybe lastly from me, Mr. Chaskasin, if I may just finish off, sorry that I'm interrupting you. You introduced yourself to General Sibia, you say, and told him that you're a contact agent. Now, I would assume that he would have wanted to check for himself, to verify you. You say he didn't quite know to trust you at the time.
Yes.
Did you have to tell him who your handler is? Because I would imagine that's relevant information.
Yes.
For him.
And unfortunately, he knew my co-handler.
Oh, he did?
Yes, co-handler.
Okay. He knew that it is your co-handler.
Yes, yes, I did mention a bit that I'm working with this man so and so.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chaskasin.
And you then in paragraph 29 and 30 talk about how you gained the trust of General Sibia by letting him know your role in an arrest in the Northwest Province in an operation. Can you just tell us a little about that operation and what your role was?
Yes. At first, we got information about they referred to them as Nkabis, who were, in fact, a week before, there was some shooting taking place in the area. And through the information, they had to come in 3 or 4 days from the previous shooting. And there were TOMS, this Tactical Operation Management System of the Hawks, who also came to Rustenburg. And then on the arrival, commissioners, they found security officers wearing black uniform, and they inquired about the permits and licenses for the firearms and rifles they were holding. And indeed, they were presented with such. And an hour later, they left and took a cover. Now, immediately within an hour, the anticipated gang of Nkabis arrived at that place. And the police came. It is on exhibit. The pictures and the rifles will be seen there. They are attached. There were 32 firearms, pistols and rifles from 17 suspects. Now, what happened on that day? It was this man who was heading the operation that I was working with, the Lieutenant Colonel, his statement is here and everything. He received a call from that time Major General Mboto. He was a Major General. He called him and said, "Why are you arresting police officers? Security officers?" Because that time those people were already detained. All the firearms were put into the SAP 13 and so forth. Then he asked him, "Why are you arresting security officers?" Now the officer alluded to him, "No, we came at first, as I tell the commission, we checked the security. These people are not security officers." And Major General Mboto, he was a Major General at the time, he insisted these people are security officers. But then the man who was the duty officer at the police station, because in Sun City there are no holding cells, they are and the suspect were already taken to Rustenburg for detention. That's when General Lebeya also spoke to one of the members of SAPS at the police station, at the CSC, who brought the phone to the man who was on duty at the time, Lieutenant Colonel Maluleka. Now, General Lebeya also said, you have detained security officers, but to their engagement, they finally agreed that no, these people are not officers, and he narrated the whole story as to what happened and so forth, and it was agreed that they should be detained. Now, Sunday, Monday, when we were hoping that those people will appear in court, or Tuesday, they never came. And then this man inquired at the police station. It was confirmed that Major General Mboto gave a directive that those people should be released. On the question of firearms and rifles, which were also recovered from the suspect, irrespective of whether they are security officers or not, because of the incident that happened 4 or 5 days before that day, they wanted to subject these firearms for ballistic testing. They were all given back to the suspect and they were all released.
I just want to get an idea of who this Major General Mboto is. Do you know the unit, division?
Yes, he was the head of the Hawks that time. Right now he's Lieutenant General in Divisional Commission.
Thank you.
But they were released as per his directive without subjecting those firearms and rifles to ballistic.
Can I just clarify, you mentioned a lieutenant colonel who essentially you worked with on this operation,
yes,
and who effected the arrest. I didn't get the name.
It's Lieutenant Colonel Maluleka. His statement is contained in this annexures.
And the annexure you're referring to is BM6?
It's BM6 to BM6E, 6A to BM6A.
Thank you. Chair, I wonder if this is a convenient time to take the tea break.
Let us adjourn and resume at 11:20.